Here we will see command object in ADO.NET. The command object can be used to specify a database query to the database server. For a relational data provider, it is usually a SQL statement. The command object executes SQL statements and stored procedures against the data source specified in the connection object. The command object requires an instance of a connection object for executing the SQL statement. So for retrieving data or executing a SQL statement, first you have to create a connection object, then open a connection to the data source and assign the open connection to the connection property of the command object. When the command object returns a result set, usually a result is stored in either dataset or a data reader object. Different properties of command objects are connection, which is used to specify the connection to be used by the command object. Command type is used to specify the type of SQL command to execute. Command may be text, stored procedure or table object. Text is a default type which is used to execute any SQL command. Stored procedure is used to retrieve data from stored procedure or function, and table is used to retrieve data directly from the table without using a select command. Command text is used to specify the SQL statement to execute. Transaction is used to associate transaction object to the command object. So the changes made to the database with command object can be committed or rollback. Important built-in methods used in command object to execute SQL statements are execute non-query, execute scalar and execute reader. First is execute non-query. It is used to execute SQL statement that doesn't return any value. For example, commands like insert, update and delete. Return type of this method is integer and it returns number of rows affected by the given statement. To execute any command, first we have to create object for the command. Here we have used OLEDB command. So to create an object, we'll give OLEDB command cmd equal to new OLEDB command, and we'll give the command cmd equal to new OLEDB command, and we'll give the SQL statement as insert into student, which fields roll number name and values txt roll number and txt cname. And to execute this command, we will use execute non-query since we are inserting the data to the table. Then execute scalar. This method is used to execute SQL statement and returns a single value. When select statement is used by the execute scalar method, it returns a row, and if multiple rows are available, then it returns a value of the first column of the first row written by the query. For example, here we have created an object for OLEDB command, and we have given the command as select max roll number from the student. It will return maximum value of the roll number from the student table. To store it, we will define one integer variable rno, and we will store rno equal to cmd.execute scalar. That is, result of the query is stored in the rno variable, which is a maximum roll number from the student table. And execute reader. This method is used to execute a select statement and return a row as a data reader. For example, here also we have created an object for the OLEDB command as OLEDB command cmd equal to new OLEDB command. Then we have given cmd equal to new OLEDB command select star from student, and we will assign this to data reader with OLEDB data reader dr equal to cmd execute reader. So it will select all the rows from the student table and it store in data reader dr.